Hi guys, Jorge here with you. One of the things that I've been getting a lot of questions of is column organization in Blackboard. All right, so we're getting different questions about how do I organize my gradebook so that the columns are in a certain order. Uh, there are assignments that don't seem to be calculating, even though I have all of my grading columns correct. There are certain values that don't seem to be getting included in those calculations. All right, my quarterly averages aren't quite right. All right, so let's take a look at the column organization section in our gradebook. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go down to Full Grading Center. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some of the column organization here, right? So as I kind of scroll across for for one of my classes here, right, it looks like everything is in order. All right. However, if I add up some of the numbers here, I do a test case and I add up some of the numbers. Some of the kids' grades might not be correct, and so as soon as that happens, what my thought process is that there is something that is not being calculated in the correct marking period. All right. So one of the things that we should be doing on a fairly consistent basis is you go to Manage and you go to Column Organization. All right. And as you scroll down the page here, you can see that for the first quarter I have all these grades, right? But then at the bottom I have 4 assignments that are not part of the first quarter, right? So here's my first quarter section, but then here it says shown in selected views only, which basically means that they have not been assigned to a grading period. Okay. Blackboard, one of the problems that Blackboard has right now is that when you create an assignment or when you create or when you import a test from ExamSoft, it comes in to Blackboard, but it is not assigned to the marking period, the current marking period or any marking period. All right, so basically what will happen is it'll show up down here at the bottom of my list. I have to then manually go in and change the marking period for those assessments so that the calculations are correct. All right, to do so, it's actually very simple, right? So everything is here. Anything that's not in the correct marking period, I can go ahead and just click on the checkbox here, go to Change Grading Period, and then select First Quarter. Once I do that, all right, you can see that everything has jumped up into the first quarter. All right, there's nothing left down here, so everything that I have is in that correct marking period. All right, once I go ahead and click on Submit, all right, it should take me back to my full grade center. If I was to run the calculations for these students, then I would end up getting the correct numbers here. Okay. So again, one of the problems with Blackboard is that when we create an assignment uh, or we import from ExamSoft, it does not tag it with a marking period. So generally on a weekly basis or as I go into a section to grade assignments, it just one of the things that I do is I just automatically go into Manage Column Organization, right? Check the bottom of the view, make sure that there's nothing sitting down there, and if there is, I just change the marking period or change the grading period for that assignment. Click Submit, and then I can go ahead and continue to grade. All right. In this section, then, is we can also kind of modify our views. So again, column organization allows us to customize our gradebook however we see fit. Okay. One of the things that that you would have noticed in my first in the gradebook was that the first name of the student was hidden. Okay. I don't want that first name hidden. Okay, maybe I did it just because I was looking for something in particular at one point. All right, but I can always bring that back. All right, so I'm going to unhide the first name, All right, so I'm going to click on anything that is hidden or anything that I want to bring back, and then I can go down to the bottom. All right, and then show selected columns, and that will bring back, you know, the last name for the student, and then the first name as well. All right, and the last access. All right, I can also reorganize my columns. Basically, this top-down list is left to right in the gradebook. All right, so let's say that you know, this chapter 0 take-home quiz was before this chapter 0 pretest. All right, so I can simply click and drag one item above. Right, so these little plus signs here just allow me to drag items up and down in the list. All right, also, you know, if there's something in a first quarter that I don't want, right? That I want to keep the grade, but it's not going to count for the kid or anything like that. You know, one of the things that we can do is we can bring it outside of the grading period. All right, but for everything right now, I want everything in the grade period and in the same marking period. All right, so that's a basic little run through of our column organization. This is important, obviously, when it comes to progress report time and end of the first quarter. All right, that are, you know, if our numbers aren't matching up, that's probably why. All right, so make sure that everything that you need to be in that grading period is in that grading period. All right, that's it for now. If you guys have any questions, please don't you know, feel free to reach out, and that's it. All right, this is Jorge signing off. Thanks. Bye.